Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, as the Wenatchee Wild are set to conduct their third preseason scrimmage. Started off with a couple of them here a couple of weeks ago, Team White and Team Blue. We got the teams more or less broken into two halves. We have once again welcomed along a handful of WHL players to help round out the roster. We'll see some new faces in the contest here today. We've had some issues getting connected with Hockey TV once again, but they are working on it at this very moment. So we're going ahead to start this portion of the broadcast, and it'll be aired on YouTube. So here we go with Team White defending the near side. The puck rolled out in front. Quick shot and a score right off the bat. Cy Leclerc, the feed came out from the near side, set up by Aiden Cobb. Pushed across the crease to Leclerc. Leclerc punches it home, and very quickly, just 17 seconds into the contest, and Team Blue jumps on top. Cy Leclerc, who was phenomenal in the opening weekend of scrimmage competition, had 4 points overall, gets his third preseason scrimmage point. Leclerc from Cobb, it's 1-0. Team Blue as we're just getting underway. Team White trying to step out of their own end, poke checked away, and handled by Luke Clark as he works through center. Dumping it down into the Team Blue zone in the left wing corner, handled by Owen Bond. And then in the right side, it's tied up. Battle continues there. Still tied up, and then eventually extracted back to the point, though. A one-timer slapped wide by Zametti. And angled off the boards back out to center, where it's dished along by Zametti over to the right wing. Team White entering the zone. Quinn Emerson with it. Stick handles. And it's poke checked away. They'll have to regroup back out in the neutral zone. Right wing side. Emerson on the wall. Drops it back off to the point for Clark. Shot and a stick save made there. And that's up over the glass and out of play. Just $1:14 into our opening period here at Frontier Ice Arena. We'll be getting back together here tomorrow, and we'll do it again. Quick whistle off the draw. Looks like the net was dislodged down at the far end. Braden Holt is going to be the lone goaltender for Team Blue. There's a shot quickly off the draw. There was one back, and Tyson Shaw powered it wide. Back out in front, Shaw has it again. His shot gets deflected again wide. And behind the net, slapped that by Team Blue. They'll headman it up along the wall, but not enough to clear the zone. Over on the right wing side for Team White, Eric Atchison has it for the moment. Flip back out to center, and twisting around through the neutral zone was Bear Hughes. Angled back along on the far wing as Team White enters the zone. Left side. Copeland Fricker had it, gets it back up top. There's a shot there. That's sent low and wide on the glove side. Team Blue working it back ahead through center. They get it out to neutral ice, but it was played by Usher, but we're going to get a penalty behind the play. Either a penalty or the puck was touched by a high stick. Let's see. That is going to be a penalty. And Team Blue is going on the power play. Time of the call, 2:07 here in your opening period. It's Owen Bond that goes to the box as they get him for the high stick. Team Blue with it, centering feed tipped right through the crease, but over in the far corner. Stick handled there and then banked around behind the net. Picked up on the near side by Jack Barnes. Then out in front, shot and a save made there by Holt. Dished back up top to the point, midpoint wrister there, and a kick save made by Holt there once again. Or rather, Holt's at the other end. That's Karsten Bourgeois for Team White on the near side. Quick penalty kill change. And the puck intercepted, promptly cleared by Luke Clark, big D-man out of Lakewood, Colorado. Team Blue resets back in their own end. 1:10 left to power play time. They lead it 1-0 on the early goal by Cy Leclerc. Drop pass over to the far side. Poke checked off the stick of Stuart Carruthers. And here comes Team White shorthanded in. There's Bond. Well, they must have put the wrong guy or listed the wrong guy, but there's a shorthanded goal for Team White. Came from the left side. And I believe that was Cade Littler that got it. It was actually Bond from Littler. So they have Bond listed as being in the penalty box, but that's obviously incorrect. So a shorthanded tally for Team White. We're even up at a goal apiece. In the near corner, Luke Clark battles for it there. Got Hunter Campbell on his tail. Leclerc throws it back to the point. Still on the power play for another half a minute. Leclerc snaps it across. One-touch pass, midpoint, shot there through a screen, blocked. Quinn Emerson has it and guides it along over on the right side for Hughes. Hughes into the zone, and a tip attempt goes wide. Still alive back behind the net. Team Blue will play it. And advance back through center. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Far wing centering feed is broken up, and that'll be collected by Eric Atchison. Atchison lobs it ahead. Hughes into the zone right side, looks for a trailer. Back to the right point. That gets held in and fired wide. Held in by Usher left point. That gets pushed down low. Atchison tried to thread it through, but it gets broken up and comes back deep inside Team White zone. Penalty kill over. Team's back at even strength, but we're tied up at 1. And there's a shot and a score. Team White takes a 2-1 lead. 4:28, time of the goal. So Team Blue had gotten on the board quickly, 17 seconds in. But Team White answering back with a couple, and they now have a 2-1 advantage. Here comes Team Blue dancing into the zone. Puck poke checked away and worked out to center. Leclerc intercepts, pulls it back deep into his own end, and Luke Gallagher chases it down to the end wall. Slid out front, broke it up, spin around. There's a shot, and it gets knocked down, but we get a whistle and a stoppage with 15:09 on the clock here in the first period. Face-off will be to the right-hand side of Braden Holt. Standing in for Team White is Aiden Carney to take the draw. Goes into the corner. Team Blue will control there. Now the battle continues. Trying to work it back to the point, and they get it there where Luke Clark will send it right back in down low. Team Blue guides it out to the neutral zone. It's picked up by Clark in his own end. Soft touch pass through center, kind of eluded everyone, but Team Blue in the midst of a line change able to pick up control of it. 2-1, Team White leads it. Just over 5 minutes into the first period. Backhand dish off the far wall, courtesy of Sal Cholera, but gets broken up, and now carrying into the zone on the near side. There's a nice quick move, and snapped and shot just low by Mackay Sanders. Team White regains control. Clark up ahead on the left wing. Cross-ring feed from Bond over to the right side. And then fired down low, but broken up. Not quite enough to clear the zone, however. Team White dancing in. There's a shot and a score. Quinn Emerson, I believe, got that one. And that makes it 3-1 now in favor of Team White, as they have exploded 6:04 time of the goal. Three unanswered goals for Team White as they power ahead to a lead. Puck knocked out to the neutral zone, handled there by Tyson Shaw, worked ahead on the right wing. Drop pass, snapshot, goes wide. And we get a whistle and a hooking call. And another power play coming. And the hooking call is going to be on LeClaire. So it's Team White on the power play. They get it back to the left point. Usher has it, swings it over to the right side. Snapshot there and a save made. Rebound collected and twisted back to Usher at the midpoint. He waits, pushes it back to the near side. Drifting back over to the point was Bear Hughes. To the right side, Rister goes wide on the back door, shot and a score. The feed came from the top of the right circle, back across over in the left wing down low, and camped out right there at the side of the net was Bear Hughes, and Hughes finishes it off. Power play goal for Team White. They now lead it 4-1. Team White ended up losing both games in the scrimmages that were played here 2 weeks ago. They're up with a vengeance here this afternoon. Shot from the right point and a blocker save, steered into the corner by Holt. Team Blue advancing through. They'll gain the red line and then dump it in off the left wing wall. Dug out of the corner. Played by Hughes. And then worked a long chase down by Copeland Fricker in the left side. Centering feed comes up top. Carney's wrister goes low and wide, stick side. Out of the corner, pinching down to help hold it on was Maxis Bermanis. He had a big weekend a couple of weeks ago here. Now up high is Eddie Rister. Stick save made there. And the rebound collected, but stolen again by Team White. Thrown out in front. Bermanis flings it wide. Down to the left wing corner. Battling for it there was Tyler McNeil out of Valencia, California. There's a shot blocker save made. Held in at the left point by Weston Turner. He gets it down low, but Team Blue is able to guide it back out through center, and they'll carry it in. Cross corner dump in offered by Carter Cloutier. Team White controls it there. Over to the right side, but it gets held in before the zone clear is successful. Jaden Price got it deep in the left corner, but behind the play, we get a whistle. Too many men on the ice for Team Blue. They were in the midst of a line change. They had 6 guys on the ice in front of God and everybody. So a power play for Team White coming up. They've got a 4-1 lead. 8:24, time of the call for too many men. And another power play chance coming for Team White, and they've already got a 4-1 lead. Face off in the Team Blue zone. Down at the far end of the rink. Team White controls over to the left side off the stick of Clark. Clark moves it off the boards down low. Littler has it back behind the net. Out to Emerson, touch pass back. And Emerson will just carry it himself, throws it over to the right point. Back up midpoint. Clark slides it over to one-timer by Emerson. Didn't get all of it. Back behind the net. Littler swings it around. Slides it out in front. There's a shot and a pad save rebound, and that one also deflected away before Team Blue can effectively clear the zone. Team Blue gets a line change in as the White squad regroups back in their own end. Luke Clark, left-handed D-man, steps out from behind his Twine. Feeds it over on the right side for Fricker. Fricker angles it to himself off the right wall, but overskated it. Got broken up by Jack Lambert. Only momentarily, however, and now it's back inside the Team Blue zone. Usher swings it over, far point, wrist shot taken there by Weston Turner, and that one gets blockered away. Fricker fights for it on the end boards. And Team White holds it in up top. Then shoveled across for Turner, swung over to the right side. Usher handles it, back up high, midpoint once again, as Team White works it around the perimeter on the power play. Centering feed, sticked away, but not cleared, held in. Usher, far side, dangles it back across. Hughes with a cross-rink feed. Top of the circle up high, one-timer there, blocked on the way in. The rebound is wristed in. And a power play goal for Team White. It came from the midpoint. Up top, it was Weston Turner. Another power play goal. Team White now up 5-1. We're just midway through the first period. Five unanswered goals for Team White. Face off center ice. And Team Blue will handle it there. They dangle into the zone. Team White regains possession. Carney angles it off the left wall, and that'll be picked up and carried ahead by McNeil. Tyler McNeil works deep into the left corner. Tied up there, gets a little support. Held in by Clark at the point over to the right side. Snapshot there, blocked on the way through. And Team Blue will sprint back through center. Dumped into the end wall, chased down and played on the end boards there by Sal Cholera. Dug out in front, snapshot, and a save made by Bourgeois. Cholera doing a nice job digging the puck out of the corner on the right wing side, and he slid it right out in front into the slot area. And a quick snappy one-timer taken there by Carter Cloutier. But Bourgeois came up with the stop. From behind the net, Robert Zametti dangles away, backhands it along for Owen Bond. Bond's backhand dish to the right wing, and that's carried through center, but offside, whistled against Team White. As Littler and Quinn Emerson just a hair out of sync as they enter the zone. Bond at the left wing. Emerson taking the draw. And Team Blue will dangle it out through center. They enter the zone. Centering feed broken up by the back-checking Team White. There's a shot tipped on the way through. And handled on the near side by Price. Back to the point. And then over to the far side. Sent just wide of the net. Behind the back dish, rolled out front. Bourgeois going to cover it up. Hunter Campbell down low. It just threw a little backhand feed against the grain from behind the net back out in front. Bourgeois was able to swallow up the tip attempt in front. 8:27 left to go here in the opening period. 5-1, Team White on top. Live coverage of your Wenatchee Wild scrimmage, intending to be delivered on Hockey TV. They are working on it at this very moment as we record this for YouTube for eventual distribution and dissemination. And we get another penalty here at the 11:33 mark. Team Blue with the man advantage. Cade Littler, who's in the box. I didn't catch what the penalty was for. Puck cleared successfully, and Team Blue picks it up back in their own end. Pass through center, over on the far wing. Give and go out in front, tucked and shot, and a save made. Actually, a shot kind of on the outside of the post. Bourgeois' left leg pad was able to keep it back behind the goal line. Now here's Leclerc dancing out of the corner. Twirls it back to the point, then gets it back. LeClaire, the forward, at the top of the circle. Up high to the midpoint. Dropped off there, shot through traffic, hits a deflection on the way. Never quite made it to the net, and then Owen Bond will rifle at the length of the ice, and Team Blue will reset back in their own end. Half of the power play is eroded. Team Blue coming out of their own end. Pass ahead is carried over on the far side and played there by Cloutier. And then broken up and cleared by Team White. Holt plays it out of his own end, and that's moved along, tipped deep inside the Team White end of the ice. Over to the near wing where it's picked up and cleared by Tyson Shaw, back out to center. And then intercepted and controlled by Fricker. Copeland Fricker plays it, works it over to the far side for Luke Clark. Clark steps into the zone. Team White with a shorthanded goal already to their credit here in this scrimmage. But it gets poke checked away as Clark continued to battle for it momentarily, and eventually Team Blue regains possession and they'll advance through center. Coming up on the near wing, there's a feed through that gets tipped into the corner. Cloutier sends it back to the point, gets it back, one touch pass across. It gets broken up though, as fresh out of the box was Littler. He went to the bench. Maxis Bermanis came and interfered with the play. Over to the right side, there's a shot, and Holt turns that aside. Team White maintains pressure. Over to the right side, there's a centering feed for Fricker. He can't quite pull the trigger, though. And Team Blue quickly transitions back the other way. In on the far side, in. Can't get a shot, broken up by Fricker. And played on the right wing by Team White. Carney steps away and gets a little step on the right side. And then eventually into the corner, drops it off to the right point. And it's fed over in front. We're getting a delayed penalty against Team Blue here. It's going to be a tripping call, and so Team White is going back on a man advantage. 14-17, time of the penalty here. Off the draw, it's going to be handled by Usher right in front of his own bench. Uses the body to protect. Aiden Cobb all over his tail. Flipped away, and Team Blue launches it in deep. Lambert pursues, but as it gets whipped around, just back out to center. And Team Blue will backpedal, controlling in the neutral zone. Forecheck pressure from Team White. Carney with a backhand attempt. That gets knocked away, and Team Blue is able to successfully clear it. Bourgeois plays it on the near side. From behind the net, Turner sends it over to the left side for Usher, and then back once again to Turner. Turner into the zone, but offside. Whistle against Team White on the zone entry. Next weekend, we're back here again for another set of scrimmages. Friday midday, and then Saturday night once again here at Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Zametti plays it to Clark as Team White controls. He'll step into the zone over on the right wing. Littler trying to feed it over to Emerson, broken up though. And Team Blue comes ahead, and as they try to chisel it in the zone, inadvertently that'll get launched up into the Team White bench. And so with the stoppage, we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. In the penalty box for Team Blue is Jaden Price. Here's Bond entering the zone, throws it down the left corner, up high for Clark. Clark swings it over again to the right side for Zametti. Try to get it back to Clark. Ended up getting tipped, comes back out to center. Team White regroups. Zametti on the right side, dumps it deep into the right wing corner. Team Blue gets there, looking to clear, can't get it out of the zone. Slipped around back behind the net and then offered back to the left point. Swung over to the right side, and a shot taken there is gloved and dropped off by Holt. Team White regains possession once again. Cycling around, throwing up to the right point. Samedi slides it through. It goes wide. Littler plays it. Has it on the backhand now on the boards. Battle continues for puck possession there. Clearing attempt. Held in by Clark at the left point. Team Blue back at full strength. And Team White maintains possession. Shot in. Stick save made. Littler has it. Right wing corner. Spins and throws a cross-ring feed back to the point. Held in by Clark. He walks down the wall. Wrister pad save made and covered up by the goaltender Braden Holt out of Bozeman, Montana. Well, if you like offense, we've had plenty of it here in the opening period. Team White with 5 unanswered goals after Team Blue got on the board just 17 seconds in. Off the draw, Eric Atchison played it for Team White in the offensive zone, then dropped off on the end boards. Hughes and Fricker were both there. Held in by Usher. He slips through traffic. Nice hands, gets it back up top midpoint, out of the right side, and Wrister there. Goes across the crease and into the corner. Played there by Hughes. He spins, throws it in front. Wrister there is fired wide by Atchison, and then over the right boards, it's played by Tyson Shaw. Shaw, a member of the Wenatchee Wild development program. Crossing pass, give and go as Atchison and Hughes played catch. Never really got the shot off they wanted. Up top, Shaw threads one through, goes low off the end boards. And Team Blue will push it up the wall and try to chip it out through center. Goes off the body of Shaw and stays in the zone, but Team Blue controls. Headman up the left boards, and that gets tipped deep down into the Team White zone where Usher's back to play it. Usher feeds it across over the right side for Bremanis. Maxis Bremanis, right side. He cuts hard to the net. His shot from a steep angle is going to be swallowed up by Holt. And he'll hang on for the defensive zone draw with 3:04 to go here in the first period. Face off is to the left-hand glove side of Braden Holt. Team White with it. Crossing feed from Kearney goes into the left wing corner. Team Blue intercepts. And they'll carry it out through center over on the far wing. Up ahead through center. Nice dish going hard to the net. They're in front and unable to get the shot off was Kluche, but they may have got him for a hook or possibly just because the net's dislodged, but there was some obstruction certainly on the defensive side. It's actually, that was Cy LeClaire coming down the near side. The net was dislodged, and that's why we get the whistle. But it was a nice feed coming up on the near wing, and LeClaire cut hard to the net. He's got the lone goal for Team Blue. Stepping in to take the draw is going to be Hunter Campbell. All this to the right-hand side of Bourgeois. Puck tied up there, squirts into the high slot area. Team White coughs it up. Centering feed intended on the wing for Jack Lambert, and it got tipped out of his reach. Team White able to come back through center. Right wing with speed. Bremanis comes in his centering feed. Doesn't connect. Played over on the left wall. Sent down low and dished back out in front, intended for Bremanis. That got broken up. Swung along, and Team Blue will play it there. Backhanded along up on the near wing. Carried out to center. And collected by LeClaire, who spins. And the left-hander steps through 2 forecheckers, gets back up, saucers it into the far corner, where it's going to be played there by Jaden Price. Price curls around, curls up top to the midpoint. Tosses it back, drops it off there. Fed off the near wall down low. Price gets it back. It leads the check of Clark. And then backhanded around over where it's picked up and cleared but not out. Held in. Team Blue in. Wrister and just snapped wide as it's going to be picked up and played off the near boards. And cleared successfully by Tyler McNeil. Long feed for Team Blue over on the far side. Price hits the brakes, has it on the backhand. Fed a sharp, snappy pass across for Ethan Hawes. Didn't quite get there, got broken up. And now lobbed out through center. Quinn Emerson tries to get a step in around behind the D, but a good job on the back check by Team Blue thwarted that opportunity. Now Team Blue back the other way. They race in toward the net. Can't get a shot off though. Littler helps break it up. Can't clear the zone, however. It's held into the blue line. Midpoint dangling in. It's going to be picked up and played there by Luke Gallagher. He spins it down low into the corner. Lipinski steps out, couldn't get a shot. Poke checked off his blade by Tyson Shaw. Over to the point, Team Blue swings it around. Lipinski has it on the end wall. Back behind the net, Zametti is there to help confound him. And the outlet pass is over on the right wing. Littler powers through center and then gets rubbed off on the right wall. Down to about 20 seconds to go. First period, 5-1, Team White on top. And he gets lifted back out through center once again. Broken up by Usher, but a whistle for offside with 8.2 ticks left here in your opening period. Standing in to take the draw for Team White, Bear Hughes. White controls, Usher has it, he'll flutter it along through center, but that's going to bring us to the horn and the end of our first period of play. Cy LeClaire got things started as he scored just 17 seconds into the contest. Hayden Cobb had the assist on that. That was 17 seconds into the contest there. But then 5 unanswered goals for Team White. Started off with Owen Bond at 3:17. And then the second goal for Team White I didn't catch. Third goal, Quinn Emerson scored at 6:04. Bear Hughes scored on a power play at 6:55. And then Weston Turner at 10:05 made it 5-1, and that's where we stand after one period of play. Are we live on Hockey TV? That's what I'm getting at. Okay. All right, so I guess we are live at this point on Hockey TV, which we weren't earlier, but now we are. And life is good, life is grand. So we are at our intermission. We'll take a bit of a break here and try to get things straightened out. Sorry about that buzz there. Let's see what I can do about that. See, look at that, I fixed it. Okay. Well, we appreciate you tuning in. Hockey TV, which is now bchltv.com. You can still access it the way you always have, and your subscription still works, so that's good to know. But bchltv.com or bchltv.ca, either one, I suppose, will get you to where you need to be. But we're glad to have you along. We're broadcasting live from Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Welcome back here to Frontier Ice Arena. Glad to have you along. Those of you that have joined us on hockeytv.com, bchltv.com as well. Broadcasting live from Frontier Ice Arena here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Team White with a 5-1 lead. Here we go. Team Blue defending to our right-hand side. Picked up and played by Owen Bond. His backhander hits a skate in front. He'll turn it back to the point. Wrister there, and that one sails wide. Over to Usher. He walks down the boards, feeds it down low, but that gets broken up by Gallagher. Not enough to clear, however. Popcorns up, comes bouncing back down once again. And it gets extracted out of the corner by Charlie Larson for a moment. Littler in the mix, continues to fight for it. Has it there on the wall, trying to get a backhand dish out, but it got broken up. And now it's ahead for LeClaire, and he'll sprint through center. LeClaire comes into the zone, drop pass far side, that gets broken up. And Team White transitions, they come back the other direction. Intercepted, Bond's crossing feed is played over on the far side. And then ripped up, it was looking for Luke Clark, but was just slightly behind him. Back the other direction, here comes Team Blue, but their centering feed is going to get intercepted, and White will transition back the other way. Up along the near side, Clark in his centering feed in, and a backhand attempt flung out in front, and a second attempt is going to be swallowed up and consumed by Holt. It trickled out into the high slot area, and Tyler McNeil had a good chance at it, but it just sort of rolled off the heel of his blade, and he was unable to pull the trigger on it. Jade Lipinski will take the draw. This is to the left-hand side of the Team Blue netminder. Team White controls, however, and now it's to Bermanis. He moves it across, but the bouncing puck will elude McNeil into the corner. Jarred loose, and Team Blue able to flick it off the boards out through center. Mackay Sanders chasing it down over on the right wing. He hits the brakes. Poked off his blade, held in midpoint. Shot taken there, but that gets broken up and knocked back out into neutral territory. Team White will gain control there, and as they enter the zone, there's a shot, and that gets fired just wide by McNeil. And now Aiden Carney has it on the backhand, hits the brakes, turns around near side, caught up in the corner, but a penalty coming. And a hooking call will set up a man advantage here. Time of the call, 1:58. Second period. Connor Overson that'll go to the box, and Team White will get their fourth power play of the day. They're 2 for 3 with a shorthanded goal as well. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Bourgeois had it, tossed it into the corner for Usher, and then back behind the net. Team White will move it along. Feed up the middle. Atchison has it. Tried to curl to the backhand, but gets ridden off. Luke Gallagher poke checks it away and sends it up the wall. Not enough to clear. Usher holds it, fires it across, and then banked off the near boards, sent down low. Team White with it. Atchison handling it. Throws it back to the point once again. Sharply down low for Fricker. Fricker curls, wrist shot through traffic, save made as that gets held there by Braden Holt. Team White, that line with all the WHL guys, Copeland, Fricker, Bear Hughes, Eric Atchison. Puck cleared out to center. Team White will handle it in the neutral zone as they regroup. Banked off the boards for Littler and then swung over to the far side. Tossed back but intercepted, and Team Blue will work it ahead. Headman pass from Sal Cholera. Got deflected away, and Luke Clark will play it in his own end. Clark backhands it along. And then headmanned up along the wall for Bond. But Quinn Emerson whistled offside as he was sprinting up the middle. Had a good angle. But just a hair offside. 33 seconds left in the power play for Team White as they sit on a commanding 5-1 lead. Off the draw, it's punched down inside the Team White zone, and Clark will set up there. He steps out through center with a sharp pass ahead for Littler. He powers down the left wing, hits the brakes, throws it to the point. Held there. Clark walks down into the corner. Littler tips it back to Clark. Clark behind the net, fires the top of the circle, shoveled across, played by Emerson. Emerson down low for Littler. Littler tried to center, broken up. Clark plays it back behind the net. A body put on him. Littler extracts, feeds it across, shot and a save made right into the belly of Holt. The feed came from down low and came up into the slot for Quinn Emerson. And he ripped it right into the chest of Holt. He puts the squeeze on it. 15:51 on the clock, second period. Aiden Carney in to take the draw across from Cy LeClaire. LeClaire in the blue sweater. Clearing attempt held in midpoint. Shot, toe save made. Holt. LeClaire gets the rebound. Plays it on the near wall. Poke checked away. Snap shot just up over the crossbar as McNeil raced after it and picked it up. Now he spins and his shot blocked again as McNeil has had some really good looks. He's been thwarted at every turn. Sent down low. Carney works his way out of the corner with it. Rips it across over to the far circle. Guided down low. Back behind the twine. McNeil cycles it along for Bermanis. Bermanis fighting forward at the half boards on the left wing wall. 3-on-3 battle. Dugout. Team White controls. Shot through traffic. Blockered away by Holt. Down to the corner. Bermanis has it. Tosses it out front. Held in midpoint. Shoveled over and McNeil with a one-timer. Stick save made. Jarred back around. Bermanis moves it down low. Got broken up by LeClaire for a moment. Stolen right back and ripped wide by Bermanis. Fired ahead. Nice check from Bermanis as he took Stuart Carruthers into the boards on the near side. Team White extracting back out of their own zone. Poke checked away and they'll have to double back. In the corner off to the left side. Tyson Shaw had it. Team Blue gets it back, rolled out in front, but a quick snappy one-timer is gobbled up by Bourgeois. He'll hang on. And we'll get a face-off inside the Team White zone. Well, now that our internet situation here in the building has been corrected, should have no further issues with getting the broadcasts out for tomorrow and next weekend as well. Puck flipped out through center, batted down, but handled by Team White. In shot and a score! Bear Hughes finishes off the one-timer as Copeland Frickers zipped it across. The lead feed initially was deflected by a hand, but it was a Team Blue hand that got a stick on it, or a hand on it. So play continues. 5:50 time of the goal. And Hughes with a snappy one-timer on the crossing pass. It's his second goal of the contest. And Team White now leading at 6-1. Bear Hughes, his real name is Cassius. Draft pick of the Washington Capitals in the 2020 NHL entry draft. Here comes Team Blue stepping into the zone. Poke checked away and Team White back through center. A lead pass, however, was broken up momentarily, stolen right back. Hughes drop pass. There's a shot and a save made by Holt. Hughes gets it back again, zips it to the point, shot, score! Ooh, a dart. Ripped from the point by Weston Turner, and that's going to be his second goal of the game. Scored on a power play back in the first period. Time of the goal here is 6:20. I think Hughes is going to get the primary assist on that. So Hughes and Turner each with their second goals of the scrimmage. It's now 7-1 in favor of Team White. And that was just a bomb from the right point. Playback underway, and it's down inside the Team White zone. Team Blue cycling around. Try to throw it back up to the point. Gets poke checked away, in and out across the line though. And thus offsides is called. This is technically our first hockey TV broadcast of this preseason time. Last 2 weeks ago when we were here, we broadcast these games exclusively on YouTube. So it's good to be back with Hockey TV, and of course rebranded as BCHL TV this year. Puck inside Team Blue zone, dug out by Emerson. Emerson's behind the back dish, in front, shot and a save made as Littler at point blank range. Holt got a piece of it and just deflected it wide. Chipped back around behind the net. Slipped along and collected by Team Blue as Sal Cholera worked it ahead. Over to the right side, give and go. Back to Cholera. There's a shot and a score. As Team Blue gets back on the board. Quick zone entry and a couple of quick touch passes. I think it was Jack Lambert that finished it off. Time of the goal, 7:26. And it's a 7-2 hockey game here in Coeur d'Alene. Luke Gallagher plays it in his own end for Team Blue. Sends it up on the right side. Gets it down into the Team White zone. We may get a football score before it's all said and done here today. Team Blue re-entering the zone left side. Jaden Price in. The left-hander fires it on net. That'll get swallowed up. Team White will see two different goaltenders today. Karsten Bourgeois from Fairfield, Maine got the start. Andy Vlaha, who's out of Snohomish, Washington, I suspect will play the second half of the game. Bouncing puck, and it's through center, and fighting for it on the near wing for Team White was Tyler McNeil, but his centering feed broken up. Back the other way, here's Price on the left wing. Price dished it back across, and Blue able to hold it in for a moment, broken up though, and Team White sprinting back through center. Over on the left side, McNeil shot, glove save made, and the puck was loose as Holt unable to cover up on it. Romanis was at the top of the crease, but a quick whistle from the official maybe saves the day for the moment. And we'll get a face-off inside Team Blue's zone, off to the right-hand side of Holt. Cy LeClaire leads Team Blue as he'll take the draw across from Bear Hughes. Hughes wins the draw back to the point. Atchison lets it roll through, and that shot blocked on the way through into the corner. It's going to be dug out by LeClaire, left wing side. He steps out, saucers it across the rink over to the right side. And Team Blue entering the zone. Wrist shot, stick save made there. And it's into the corner. On the left wing side, Fricker had it, digs it out, got it ahead, and then flipped along. Here's Atchison in deep, back behind the net, slings it out front, shot on a save made, but the rebound is tucked home by Hughes. That's going to be his third of the game, a hat trick for Bear Hughes. Team White picks up their 8th goal. Time of the goal for Hughes, 8:55. It looked like Holt might have had a couple opportunities to try to cover that up, but in the end, the last third shot opportunity ends up being muscled home on the doorstep, and that gives Hughes his third of the contest. Not even halfway through the game. Back the other way, here comes Team Blue down the right side. Wrist shot was wired wide by Mackay Sanders. And here comes Atchison back into the zone for Team White. Poke checked away from him though, and Larson will offer it ahead. Here comes Team Blue back into the offensive zone on the right side. We'll turn it around, but that backhand dish is going to be picked up and played there by Fricker. And then dished in now on the Blue end to get a whistle for icing with 10:22 on the clock, second period. Well, it's nice to have a little hockey to turn to here on a Friday afternoon. It's been one heck of a week, hasn't it? You could put all that aside for a couple hours and just enjoy some Wenatchee Wild hockey. Even if it is just an inter-squad scrimmage, we'll take it. Wrist shot from the left side through traffic, and that's consumed and held. It's Connor Overson, I think, that took that shot. Back behind the net to the right point. Team Blue working it around the perimeter. Back to the right point once again. Shoveled down low, down into the corner. Intercepted by Team White, and they'll sprint through center. And turning on the Jets, here comes Emerson. He waits, finds the trailer, and ended up putting it through the ankles of Littler as he opened up and tried to look for the opportunity on the 2-on-1 break. Team Blue got it back the other direction. Flipped out through center and then chiseled along. Tossed across and a save made there by Holt. As Littler, Vaughn, and Emerson trying again to connect. And Holt came up with a stop. It's back down to the other end of the ice. Team Blue with it. Worked around left point. Held in there by Stuart Carruthers. And then flung around behind. Team White intercepting and carrying it back through center. Saucer along, gloved and intercepted by Jaden Price. Promptly stolen back by Bond, but that brings a whistle as he entered the zone offside. Sal Collar to take the draw, but it's going to be yanked by Team White deep back inside their own zone. Drake Usher there to play it. He's flushed around behind his own net, ahead to Bermanis. And then a headman pass on the far wing. Carried in by McNeil. He finds the trailer. Shot, score! Maxis Bermanis with a quick snapshot from between the circles. Tyler McNeil set him up with a nice feed. Maxis Bermanis, who had a couple of nice goals here 2 weeks ago, gets on the score sheet here. Time of the goal, 11-13. And now we get a quick whistle. The puck was alive back behind the net. I think the referee lost sight of it. Nine to 2 in favor of Team White. Play back underway and over on the right wing. Team Blue advancing through center. And it's going to get eventually covered up. As we've seen the goaltending change down at the far end. Andy Vlaha is now on in relief of Karsten Bourgeois by design. The team's, well, at least Team White switching goaltenders at the midway point of the second period. Braden Holt, the only goaltender dressed in blue today, so he'll get the full go. Luke Clark battles for it, got his stick ripped away, and this slides halfway across the ice. Eventually tossed deep back into the Team Blue zone. Connor Overson works it up through center, and then it's carried in over on the far wing. Wrist shot there is swallowed up by Vlaha. And he hangs on, 7:52 on the clock here in our second period, 9-2. Here's your score, Team White ripping it up. Bear Hughes with a hat trick. Weston Turner with a pair of goals as well. Off the draw, it's going to be played by Gallagher. Then fired in. Wrist shot goes wide. Overson with a shot there. Vlaha pokes it away, and he'll cover up on the rebound. Cy Leclerc will take the draw for Team Blue. All of this is going to be to the right-hand side of Vlaha as he puts his equipment back together for a moment. The linesman comes in and helps reset the net on its moorings properly. And that's going to get lobbed and cleared out through center. Forechecking is Atchison, but Gallagher on the back check. Now thrown out in front, held in by Clark. Backhanded across for Zametti and then to Fricker. Fricker sealed off. Atchison battles for it in the corner and then tried to chisel it back, but it's going to be picked up and controlled by Gallagher behind his own net. Stolen by Hughes. Hughes rolls it out front, shot and a glove save made there. As it gets swallowed up by Holt. Fricker was in between the hash marks and got a quick little snapshot off, but right to the glove of Holt, who was able to secure it. Off the draw, it's picked up and controlled by Charlie Larson. Larson over to Price on the left side. Price lobs it in deep. Left wing side. Over the right shoulder of Vlaha. Team White digs it out. And try to knife it up the middle, but it gets picked off. Shot and a high shoulder save made by Vlaha there. So we'll reset and do it again. Another face-off coming inside Team White's zone. Follow us on Twitter, our Twitter handle at Wenatchee Wild 1, the number 1. Quick wrist shot off the draw, whistled wide in front into the slot, shot and a score. Aiden Cobb, as the puck came out of the left wing corner, and it came right to Cobb, and he had a good look. It was as if the seas just parted in front of him. And his wrist shot from between the circles finds the back of the net. Time of the goal for Aiden Cobb, 13:26. Second period. That makes it 9-3. Told you we'd get to a football score at some point. And here comes Team White advancing out of their end over to the far wing. There's Bond centering fee shot. What a save made by Holt. Boy, Bond driving down the left side, and he had Quinn Emerson ripping straight up the middle. Got a crisp pass across to him. Emerson got a snappy one-timer off, but Holt read it and tracked it perfectly and came up with the stop. Face off to the right-hand side of the Team Blue netminder. Littler fights for it, and Quinn Emerson comes in. On the end wall, he battles for it. Lipinski tries to work it along. He's tied up by Littler. Now in front, Bond down low, and Emerson pushes it right through the crease but wide. Bond digs it out, tosses it to the far point, and tossed back in down low. Littler fights for it, swings it across, shot, stick save made. Back over where it'll be played by Carney at the point, or not Carney, rather Luke Clark. And then a centering feed broken up in front, and a clearing attempt hit the skate of Price and stayed in the zone. Tough break. Bone zips it up high. Shot taken there by Clark. Pad save made and steered away. Rolled back out in front once again. And pinching along to help hold it onside is Weston Turner. Still in the corner in the Team Blue zone as this line of Emerson, Littler, and Bond with continuous pressure. Team Blue gets it out to center. Team White picks it off, and they'll dump it right back in. Larson back to play it for Team Blue, flips it off the glass and out to the neutral zone where Clark will handle it, wait, and then eventually just dump it back in. Under 5 minutes to go, second period, 9-3. Team White on top. Puck cleared through center. Kluche has it over on the right side to the backhand. Tried to drive to the net, but Clark on the body forced him wide. And Team White rifling back through. On the near wing with speed. Here comes Bermanis. His shot, stick save made. Dropped off in the corner. Aiden Carney has it. On the backhand, Carney boxed off. Gets taken into the boards by Gallagher. Battle continues down low over the left shoulder of Holt. Squirts loose and Kluche has it and just does get it out. Picked up and carried into the zone over on the right side. Team Blue in. Puck bounces, caught an edge, and it's still alive as carrying it in was Jack Barnes, the former Penticton V. and then carried along. Team White will enter the zone. In, fed across, give and go, tipped in front, and covered up by Holt. With Robert Zametti joining the rush on the near side, helping out with Carney and McNeil. And in the end, just couldn't quite get off the shot he wanted. Face-off will follow inside the Team Blue zone. 3:44 to go, second period. And 9-3 your score in favor of Team White. Bear Hughes in to take the draw across from Cy LeClaire, a pair of number 9s out there. Slapped around. Lambert tips at it there for Team Blue. Gets it down low for Gallagher. And then swung around over on the right wing boards where Mackay Sanders plays it and then moves it ahead. Chase down deep in the right wing corner. Kluche cycles around back behind the net. Works it up along, but Team White will work it over to Atchison, and they're out through center. Atchison, however, sent a lead pass. Would have been icing, but Hughes won the race to the puck, so play will continue. Backhand the long out through center, and Team White will control. Pass ahead, Hughes bats it down. They enter the zone. Onside crossing feed got broken up, and here's Sanders taking off on the left wing. Mackay Sanders tries to hop inside out around Romanis. Unsuccessful, and then tossed back along where it'll be picked up and regained by Team White. They dump it off the far wing, but this time icing is called. As getting back first, Ethan Hawes, our resident Australian, born and raised in Australia, plays summer hockey in Australia. But these days he calls Issaquah, Washington home. Puck lifted off the glass, comes down inside Team Blue's zone, and racing back to control is Connor Overson. He works it ahead out to center, and pass back to him, eludes him. He'll chase it down in the right wing corner. Shoulder dip, passed it along. Came out to center, in and out across the line, however, and that'll be an offside. Very quickly came out of the zone and then back in, and as Quinn Emerson touched it, offside. Whistled with 2:29 to go, second period. Live coverage of the Wenatchee Wild Blue-White Scrimmage coming to you here on BCHLTV.com, HockeyTV.com, the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network, of course. Frontier Ice Arena, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. That's where we are. I'm Arch Ecker with your accounts and descriptions as best I can. Puck played by Usher, and as he tried to feather it along, ended up lifting it up over the glass and out of play. For those of you that have been around a while, you'll know this, but in the NHL, that particular play is it's a delay of game for a defensive zone clear over the glass. But in the BCHL, it's just treated like an icing. They just blow it dead and have the icing, have the face-off back in your own zone, and line change is not allowed. There's a check thrown on Quinn Emerson as he pursues down the right wing wall. Tried to center, but Lipinski's going to pick that off. Flips it ahead. Bounces out to center. Played by Lambert. Lambert works it along. Tried to get it back to Lipinski, but it gets broken up. And Team White intercepts, 2-on-1, developing back the other way. On the left side, in, shot, and a save made. Boy, that one ripped right up here and almost got the attention of me and David Rayfield, our camera guy up here. That one had a little bit of mustard on it, but fortunately, this netting, which I gripe about because it makes it difficult to try to focus through when you're looking at stuff 200 feet away. Right now, it just saved our life. Well, that may be a bit of an exaggeration, but puck played by Larson for Team Blue, and then offered ahead. Jack Barnes had it, poke checked away though. Right in front of the Team White bench at neutral ice. It's handled by Zametti, and Then it gets jammed a little deeper into the team white zone. Back to play it is Clark. Clark fired the pass along as he tried to set it up for McNeil, but didn't get it there. Got broken up, whipped wide by Team Blue, but Team White quickly back the other way. Come up along the near side. Carney down the far wing. He's in. Looks for a trailer in the one-timer. McNeil couldn't connect. Shot off the post. Still alive and then blown down. Bremanis right there at the side of the net, off to the right-hand side of Holt. Got a whack at it and went off the pipe. The puck was still alive in the crease area, but we got a whistle as Holt was scrambling to try to cover it up. Cy Leclerc to take the draw for Team Blue across from Carney for Team White. Aiden Carney, he is one of a set of triplets. And we've got twins before on the team, including Quinn Emerson and his brother Blake. But Aiden Carney, one of a set of triplets. But he's the only one that's here. Maxis Bremanis, high slot. Fired it across, intended for Carney. Pass out of his reach. Into the left wing corner. McNeil comes in, 2-on-2 battle. Now Gallagher comes in to try to help extract it. Still pressed against the wall. The referee standing watch. Waits until it gets poked loose. And play can continue. Hughes with 3 goals in the scrimmage already. Snaps it up top to the point. Shot there and a tip by Atchison, and that one sailed right up here into our neck of the woods as well, as the netting for the second time in 5 minutes saves our life. Down to 7.2 seconds left in the second period. 9-3 is your score. Bear Hughes, who's sort of a local hero from Post Falls, Idaho, and selected in the 2020 NHL entry draft by the Washington Capitals, 4th round, I believe. He's got 3 goals for Team White, and we are at the end of our second period. Let's recap the scoring of that second period for you. Started out with a 5-1 lead for Team White, and they continued the barrage as Hughes netted his second of the night at 5:50 mark, assisted by Fricker. Then Weston Turner made it 7-1 as Hughes picked up an assist on that one. That one came just about 30 seconds later. Team Blue got back on the board after allowing 7 unanswered goals. And I believe it was Lambert that got it at the 7:26 mark. But Team White wasn't done. Hughes got his 3rd goal of the game at 8:55. Maxis Bremanis, set up by McNeil at 11:13, made it 9-2. And then Aiden Cobb was able to send a wrister home from between the circles at the 13:26 mark. That made it 9-3. And that's where we stand after 2 periods of play here at Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Thanks for tuning in here on HockeyTV.com. We'll step away for a few moments, and in about 14 to 15 minutes from now, we'll pick up action in our 3rd period. I'm Art Checker. This is your Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network. And welcome back to Frontier Ice Arena. 3rd period action. Just getting underway. Wenatchee Wild Blue-White scrimmage. Team White working from right to left here this period. And opening up with a commanding lead, 9-3 through 2 periods of play. Team Blue working through center. Bouncing puck. Cobb will sling it wide of the net. And looks like Bourgeois is back in the game. Blaha came in the second period, but Karsten Bourgeois back in the pipes. Puck played by Fricker in open ice, bounces along. Hughes tried to knock it down. Gets poke checked away though, and they picked up and played by Atchison over on the right side. Poked off his blade, but collected by Luke Clark, who jumped into the fray. Got it down to the end boards inside Team Blue's zone, but a delayed penalty coming against Team White. Might be a slashing call. Here comes Team Blue up through center. Extra skater on as the goaltender scampered across. And it looks like what they've done is I think they put Vlaha in down at the far end in place of Braden Holt. So that way Holt doesn't have to work the full 60 and all the goaltenders get equal playing time. So we're minute 13 into this period, and we get the penalty against Luke Clark. Owen Bond poke checks it out through center. Chased down and played by Team Blue in their own end. So Clark into the box, and again, I think it was for a slash, although I didn't see the official signal. So Team Blue on the power play. They're 0 for 2 with a man advantage. Sanders with it. He cycles. He's in. His wrister. Blocker save made by Bourgeois. Smacked that by Usher. Not enough to clear, though. Held in by Gallagher at the point. Gallagher shovels it down low. Gets it back from Kluche. Looked to swing it across. Got broken up by Bond and then to Littler. Littler takes off on the right side, but Bond thought that he might be getting a headman pass, but didn't, and ended up trying to slow his pace, unable to do so, and offside is called against Team White. Team White with a shorthanded goal in this contest already. That one came back in the first period. It was actually Bond who scored it, assisted by Littler, but trying to capture lightning in the bottle once again on that rush, and it wasn't to be. Team Blue playing it in their own end. You got a 6-goal deficit to try to crawl out of. But with a man advantage to start here. That's a great place to start as they power through center and then flipped off the near corner in deep. Barnes throws it back to the point, held in there, and swung to Lambert. Lambert's crossing feed sharply. Goes off the stick of Ethan Hawes. Over on the left wing boards, chipped back and flipped out to center. McNeil tried to get a stick on it, but recollected by Team Blue, and they enter the zone. Snapshot there, and a stick save made. Bourgeois tossed back out through the slot and played over at the far side by Stuart Carruthers. Crossing pass, McNeil intercepts. Sets it up, and now sharply up the seam, and shot, and a save made as pulling the trigger was Tyson Shaw. It was a nice transition on that opportunity for Team White, who's now back at full strength. Team White 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. (9-3) your score. Team Blue advances down the left wing. Check thrown there. Usher steals it away. Usher ahead for Hughes. Hughes tried to move it back to Atchison, was out of his reach though, and Team Blue will control back in their own end. On the goal line, now behind their own net. And the long feed up ahead. Picked up and carried into the zone. And a shot by LeClaire, and that one is turned aside. And played by Fricker on the right wing. When Fricker gets it into the zone. Chased down by Atchison over on the left wing. Chipped back across, and he'll chase it all the way around back behind the net. Over to the right wing wall, a check thrown there. Came back to the point, but then muscled out through center, and here comes Team Blue. Looking for help, crossing pass, shot, and it's off the pipe. Boy, a nice centering feed there for Charlie Larson. Came off the left wing, and Larson let the one-timer rip off the post. Now back through center, dancing in is Sanders. He gets double teamed on the wall. Hughes and Clark both had him tied up. Now Hughes fights for it on the near side. Lipinski lifts it away from him. And controlled by Team White as they work it up through center. Here's Bermanis dancing to the zone. Just inside the line, turns, throws it off the boards in down low. Carney picks it up there. He gets checked into the wall. McNeil in to help. Carney continues the battle. And eventually extracted by Team Blue. And they come out through center. And offside is going to be whistled against Team Blue on the zone entry. So face off back to the neutral zone at 14:38 left to go here in the third. Aiden Carney in to take the draw. Bermanis to his right, if I'm seeing it right. And McNeil on the left, big check thrown on him. And Team Blue able to re-enter the zone. Centering feed attempted by Sanders, but then McNeil intercepts. And he'll split up through center. His pass on the left wing is for Carney. Carney checked off the play. Puck rolls deep into the left wing corner. And then back the other direction. Here comes Team Blue. Into the zone. Shot, tip attempt toward the net is deflected away. Dragging it out in front. Sanders, open face shot, just goes wide. Low on the glove side. Centering attempt is intercepted by Carney. Carney to Bermanis. And then up the middle, that pass gets picked off. Only for a moment. Zametti chases, but Team Blue will control. Fluttered in. Drake Usher will pick it up. Usher in his 4th year with the Wenatchee Wild. Sends a crossing pass. Now here's Littler on the right wing. He's in, drop pass, snapshot, save made, rebound. Bond tried to get a stick on it, but it gets chipped away. On the left wing boards. Comes bouncing down. Littler tries to jam it a little further. Comes back to Usher, swung over to the right side. Threaded through. Littler gets upended, and from his seat, stick handles it down to the right wing corner. Quinn Emerson pursues, but Team Blue will control. And from behind their net, they'll bank it along. Held in, though, at the right point by Carruthers. Sent in down low. And Team Blue's lead pass is going to go the length of the ice. That'll be an icing call, and we'll head back down to the far end of the rink for the ensuing faceoff. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media channels all year long through our official Facebook page and our Twitter at Wenatchee Wild 1. We've got our Instagram cooking. We've got our YouTube channel. We've got a Snapchat. Whatever your particular favorite social media channel may happen to be, we're there. Team White dishing it back to the left point. Usher with a shot. Stick save made by Vlaha. And then pushed back along. Held in at the right point. Stick handled by Fricker. That centering feed gets broken up. And fighting for it is Hughes. Hughes with a hat trick. Came in the first half of the game overall. Back to the point. Chipped off the wall and picked up by Carruthers. He steps back into the zone. Dances over to his right. Works in deep. Back around behind. Tries to sling it out front. That gets sticked away by Vlaha. Clark moves it back across. There's a shot by Carruthers. Blockered away. And into the corner. Handled by Team Blue. They'll bank it off the boards. Hughes fights for it on the left wall. Robert Zametti fresh onto the ice, chased after, but gets poked away. Here comes Team Blue back the other way. And dancing up along the near side is Hunter Campbell. And it's knocked away all the way back down inside the Team Blue zone. Chasing after it is Atchison, and a sprawling Vlaha is able to steer it away into the corner. And Team Blue will extract, and they're back through center. Up on the far wing. Out of the midpoint, shot and sort of knuckled away into the near corner by Lambert. Lambert fights for it there, and now to Leclerc. Swatted away. Lambert has it again. Cholera on his tail, but McNeil extracts and feeds it to Bermanis. Maxis Bermanis over on the right wing works his way through in deep, steep angle. Steered away into the corner. Tossed back out in front once again. Broken up, however, and Team Blue looking to move it ahead, but Gallagher's attempt got broken up. Second effort finds its way out to center, and Team Blue will backpedal and play it in their own end. Long feed ahead. Carried in over on the left wing. Curl and drag. Driving to the net was Leclerc, but he couldn't get the shot off. Usher got the last piece of it. Now Bermanis moves it back ahead. Usher picks it up in stride. Down the right wing. Curl and drag goes to the net. Can't get a shot, but he'll carry it back around behind the twine and into the corner. Flung out front. where it's covered up by Vlaha. Loose puck is still alive now. And Team Blue with a lead pass out through center. Pass broken up. Usher finds the handle on it. Drives it through. Touched on the way through. So play continues. Larson backhands it up along. And here comes Blue through center. Right wing. Shoveled across. Inge and a wrister is turned aside. And a second shot. Bourgeois denies that one as well. And a third look flung wide by Lipinski. Back over to the point. Team Blue holds it in. Angled off the left wing boards down to the corner. Team White cycling it back up along the near side. Can't clear. Lipinski behind the net loses it to McNeil. His feet ahead. Emerson. Touch pass for Littler and then to Bond. Bond back over to Emerson, and Littler's shot goes wide and dug out by Team Blue, and they'll come out of the and risk through the neutral zone. In snapshot up over the crossbar as Jaden Price let it rip. There's a shot from the point. Glove save Bourgeois, and he'll hang on to it as Sanders let that one fly from the right point. Well, we've briskly moved through the first half of the third period here. 9:19 showing on the clock. 9-3 your score as Team White with a barrage of offense, including a couple of power play goals. Team White enters his zone over on the right wing. And will fire it wide. Owen Bond left wing. Poke checked away. Here's Littler. He's in front. His shot partially deflected as the Team Blue defender got a stick in the way at the last second, and that helped propel the puck up over the glass and out of play. Tomorrow night, 7:30, we'll be right back here. Another Wenatchee Wild Blue-White scrimmage. HockeyTV.com, BCHLTV.com. Team White winning the draw. Zametti sends it over. Fricker had it, but he gets checked off the play, and Team Blue back the other way. Sanders tried to flutter it in the zone, but that got broken up. Picked up, though, and it's fired in to the glove of Bourgeois as Luke Gallagher picked it up, and at full speed came down the right wing, and his snapshot was quickly swallowed up by the glove hand of Karsten Bourgeois. Bear Hughes stands in. He'll take the draw across from Sal Cholera. And then back to the point. Gallagher in. His shot through traffic deflects wide. Atchison picks it up on the right wing. Lobs it ahead through center. Picked up by Team Blue, but as they try to dance through, it got broken up. Atchison carries it in the zone. Drop pass right side. Hughes had it. Hacked away, though, and Team White will have to backpedal. Played by Turner in his own end, ahead for Fricker on the left wing. Fricker stick handles, gets it down low to Atchison, deep in the left wing corner. Got Hughes cycling around out front, but Atchison has it on the backhand. Walks out in front, can't pull the trigger. Taken away by Team Blue, and they'll step up, and as they flip it ahead, we get a whistle and a stoppage. Face-off is going to move back into the neutral zone just outside the Team Blue blue line. Got a nice turnout of Wenatchee fans again that have made the trek over. About a 3-hour haul from Wenatchee out here to Coeur d'Alene. So hats off to those folks that have made that trek and those that are coming tomorrow as well. You get a quick whistle. 7:44 to go here in the third. Boy, if you haven't seen, I guess we're going to be doing what's called the One Chip Challenge. Have you ever seen that on social media? The One Chip Challenge, where they've got this, it's just one chip. Here comes Team White, and a quick shot there by Fricker, and glove save made by Vlaha. But it's one chip, like a big giant Dorito, right? Except it's not a Dorito. It's made by, I think the company's called Paqui, P-A-Q-U-I. Anyway, these things are like about 800,000 Scoville units. No, they're more than that. They're a billion, is a billion, a gazillion, I don't know. It's hot like the sun, though, and it scorches you. Like, it'll scorch your whole face off, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you remember that, when they open the Ark of the Covenant, you know, and those guys' faces melt. That's what happens when you eat this, just this one chip. And we're doing a one-chip challenge, so that's going to be interesting. Follow us on our social media challenge to see that, see how that plays out. Here's a quick shot from Usher from the left point, and Vlaha will deny that. Aiden Carney set to take the draw. Bremanis is to his right side, and McNeil looks like he's going to line up on the left side. We have Vlaha putting his equipment back together once again. Off the draw, goes to the end boards over the right shoulder of Vlaha in Team Blue zone. Here comes Team Blue powering through center. And offside was Kluche. Leclerc had a nice little burst of speed through center and had a nice move at the line, but Kluche clearly entering the zone, not just a little. He was off by pretty much a full stride. Once he got over, he knew it too. On the right wing boards for Team Blue, they battle for it, but squirts loose, and Aiden Carney comes up with it. Backhands it along over for Bremanis, and then picked up by Carruthers. Crossing feed, gets broken up, shoveled down low, back behind the net. Battle continues to the right point. There's a shot taken there, and that sails wide into the corner. Team Blue able to knock it out through center. They dance into the zone. There's Leclerc in, shot, and a save made by Bourgeois. Larson fights for it, gets it down low. It's intended for Leclerc. Got broken up and picked up. Carney moves it over. McNeil, nice dangle through center, cuts to his left. Gets chased down, however, and it's turned over. Carney helps hold it in. Actually, that's going to be Littler, who had just come on a change. Got it over to Clark. Clark back behind the net. Wants to trickle it out front, and that one gets swatted just wide into the right wing corner. Check thrown there. Puck still tied up. Held in the zone by Team White. Littler slings it back to the point. Zametti with a shot, and that's swallowed up by Vlaha with 6 minutes left to go. Here in our third period, Team White versus Team Blue, the Wenatchee Wild Intersquad Scrimmage. Coming to you live from Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Why here? Well, because the restrictions are less. The state of Washington doesn't let us do it, so the state of Idaho does. So here we are. .5:45 on the clock. Down into the left wing corner, Owen Bond slings it out through the crease. Dug out off the boards by Team Blue, and as they chisel it ahead, Luke Clark had it. Swings it over to Zametti, and Zametti flutters it ahead. Over to Bond. He tried to send a backhand dish for Emerson. Couldn't quite get it there. It's held in by Littler, who backhands it off the left wing boards down low. Centering feed in front, and that gets shoveled wide into the corner. Dug out, and here comes Team Blue through center. Over to the far side, dished back along as Gallagher had sent it up. And then Campbell's going to chase it down and turn it back to the point. Swung over to Gallagher. Gallagher backhands it off the wall down to the corner. Luke Clark picks it up. On the near side, he'll reverse and swing it to Zametti. Zametti flutters it ahead, but it got batted down out of midair. Lipinski was there for a moment. Now back the other way. Here comes Team Blue. The pass to Lipinski is off his blade and up against the corner. Chip down low. Jaden Price hits the brakes. The left-hander in front, and a one-timer. Lipinski didn't get all of it, and it goes wide where Clark will play it. Banks it up the boards ahead on the right side. Littler steered it out to center, but that's intercepted by Price. Price chips it off the wall and fights for it on the near side, but outnumbered. It's going to be played by Copeland Fricker. Here's Fricker up through center. He'll take off on the left wing. Cuts over to his right, feeds Hughes on the left wing, and then down low to Atchison. Atchison twirls it back out in front, and the bouncing puck is swatted away back out into the neutral zone. Under 4 minutes left to go in our third period. And here comes Sanders. He'll hit the brakes over on the far wing, but lost control of the puck. And then Atchison had it, poke checked away. Controlled by Team White. Back to Atchison over on the left side. Tries to go hard to the net on the left wing, but he gets forced wide. Loops all the way around into the right wing corner, then drops it off. Drake Usher pinches down from the left point. Team Blue, however, intercepts, and they're back the other direction. Team Blue moving left to right. In with a centering feed across the top of the crease. Didn't connect. Usher tried to get it out to center, and he does. And then a feed intended for Hughes out of his reach. Blaha, the goalie, came up with it, but it goes into the corner, and Hughes got it. Snapped out front. Shot save made. And the rebound played by Team Blue. As they look to work it back out through center, they will. Team White, however, controls in their own end. Down to 3 minutes to go. 9-3, Team White on top. Here comes Kearney. Cuts to the front, dangles it out in front, swatted away. And Team Blue will dig it out. Can't get it out to center, though. It's going to get picked off. And back the other way. Here's Kearney on the left wing. Dangles through traffic, rolled out front. And that'll get intercepted. And Team Blue will quickly come back the other way. Long feed intended to spring Leclerc got broken up. And Team White quickly transitioning back. Here's Kearney right side. His shot through traffic goes wide, rattles out of the corner. And Zametti sprints over, keeps it onside. 2:20 to go. Maxis Bermanis with a shot. Save made by Vlaha, rolls into the corner. Over on the left wing side, fluttered up and out, but into the rafters. That clearing attempt was intended to sky through into the neutral zone, but has got up a little too far. And the low-hanging rafters here at Frontier Ice Arena ended up thwarting that opportunity. To the left-hand side of Vlaha and Team Blue's zone. On the end boards, chipped ahead. Not enough to clear the zone. Team White keeps the pressure on momentarily, and now Team Blue able to get it back out to center. Littler swings it over to Bond. Bond in on the right side. His shot gets deflected, and loose puck across. Emerson tried to hit it out of midair, couldn't connect. Now stolen away. Emerson's shot there just goes wide. On the short side, angles off the end boards. Vlaha able to cover it up with $1:41 left in regulation. All the offense coming early in this one. Team White surrendered the first goal, but then rattled off 7 unanswered by the midway point of the game. All the scoring in the first 2 periods. Nothing here in the third. To the right-hand side of Vlaha. Puck controlled by Team Blue and worked to head up on the left wing. Zametti forcing the play wide. As Team Blue enters, is Jaden Price. Nice dangle. Slides it across for Gallagher. Gallagher in front. Wanted to go to the backhand. Poke checked away, though. And Owen Bond sprints back the other direction. He'll cut to his left. Has help with Emerson in. Shot back across for Littler. And that opportunity just went wide, and the rebound's going to get covered up by Vlaha. But a nice transition by that line, who's really caused a lot of problems for Team Blue all day long. Bond, Emerson, and Littler. A couple of nice quick passes back and forth as Bond set up Emerson first of all, and then back to Littler, but Vlaha able to deny the opportunity. Off the draw, Fricker to Hughes, and now back to the point for Usher. His shot, stick save made, and a rebound swatted away to the boards. Spinning, Atchison sends it wide. And we're down to 1 minute left to go in our third period. Fricker sends it down low, rolls around behind Team Blue's net. Back to Usher at the left point. He waits, looks, sends it back down low for Atchison on the left side. Then jarred away. And centering feed, Hughes has it. Now to Atchison, he dangles out in front and he scores. Hughes set it up for Atchison. He made a nice move as he cut across and cut to his left and then just slipped it in around behind Vlaha. But for Atchison, that's his second goal of the scrimmage. Comes at 19:24. And that's the 10th goal of the scrimmage for Team White. 10-3. There's a good football score for you, as I promised earlier in the broadcast. Here comes Team Blue racing into the zone, and on the right side, it's Jack Lambert who plays it. Back to the point. There's a shot, hits an ankle, steers wide. Carruthers rolls it out front, but that gets broken up, and a shot there is denied. Back to the Waiters, McNeil. 12 seconds left. McNeil tries to hop around the D over on the left side, but gets broken up. Team Blue flutters it back out to center, but I don't think they'll get a shot off. Sanders tries to let it rip, but it gets broken up by Drake Usher, who got in the shooting lane and denied Mackay Sanders on that chance. And that will bring us to the end of today's scrimmage. Final score, Team White with a 10-3 win over Team Blue. Recapping the scoring for Team Blue, they started things off with Cy Leclerc getting his third of the scrimmage season. Came just 17 seconds in. But then a shorthanded goal for Team White by Owen Bond tied it up. Atchison put Team White on top to stay. Quinn Emerson made it 3-1 at the 6:04 mark. Bear Hughes at 6:55 on a power play. West Turner at 10:05 also on a power play. It was 5-1 Team White after one. Second period, Team White kept it coming. Hughes at the 5:50 mark. 30 seconds later, Turner with his second of the game. And it was 7-1 Team White before Lambert finally hit the net. And for Lambert, Jack Lambert out of Anchorage, Alaska, made it 7-2, but then Hughes scored again, his third of the game for the Hattie. Maxis Bremanis made it 9-2 at the 11:13 mark. And then Aiden Cobb from straight away, a wrist shot between the circles. It was 9-3 at our second intermission. The lone goal of the third period scored by Atchison at the 10:03 mark, or that made it 10-3 at the 19:24 mark is what I meant to say, clearly. Power plays, Team Blue went 0 for 3 in the contest, and Team White 2 for 4, also with a shorthanded tally in there as well. So that's going to wrap it up for us here today. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Another Wenatchee Wild Blue-White scrimmage on hockeytv.com and bchltv.com. Should be no charge for the broadcast. And we appreciate you joining us. I want to thank David Rayfield, our technician, actually our camera operator. I want to thank Chris Berg, who drove over from Wenatchee to set everything up for us a couple weeks ago. Get things all lined out, all the staff at Hockey TV, and Vince here at the Frontier Ice Arena, and everyone who helped to make today's broadcast possible. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. So enjoy the rest of your Friday, folks, and we'll see you on Saturday. From Frontier Ice Arena in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, I'm Art Jacker, wishing you all a very pleasant good evening.